This podcast episode is sponsored by Heckham Senior Home Financing.
Good day, seniors and active adults. Welcome back to our YouTube podcast, Get Your Weekly Slice, where we protect, inform, and educate you, our seniors and active adults, every week about what you should know as you age. It is about keeping you, our seniors, in the know. This podcast is about stories, us helping seniors with their real estate needs and everything else that is a part of my job as a certified senior housing professional. This particular story has to do with the reverse mortgage / HECM loan for purchase. This individual lady, she was in her late 80s, and she had a reverse mortgage taken out probably about 10 years ago. She chose to receive a monthly stipend based off the equity of her home. There's different options on how you can receive the money, but this is how she wanted to receive the money, simply because it would help her stay at home, age in place, as opposed to going into an assisted living or memory care community. Her health took a decline, and she was assisted, since she didn't have a husband who was earlier deceased, and her children, one son in particular, had passed early on. So she relied on her sister, who she was very close with, and her brother-in-law. They came down from another state up in the Northeast to help with her affairs, simply because she had taken ill and was unable to take care of herself. They had to make arrangements to put her into a hospice or a critical care community with hospice overseeing her health. So the brother-in-law was taking care of mostly putting things in order in regards to the house, the bills, and all of that. And they stayed for quite some time, and they were referred to me by the person who sold this senior the reverse mortgage / HECM loan for purchase. I had a conversation with them. It went very well, and they ended up going with me. The reason why is because I showed them comps that they could list that property anywhere between $550 and $575. They chose me because of my background working with seniors and active adults. They chose me because of the comps that I presented to them, and they interviewed 2 other agents. As we got closer to closing on this home, the brother-in-law shared with me the reason why I was chosen is because these other agents wanted to list this property for under $500,000. So basically, all they were wanting to do was list it and sell it. That was it. They chose me because of the comps that I presented to them, $550 to $575. And keep in mind, the house needed some updating, but where it was located was worth the additional monies. So we made an agreement that I would list it at his suggestion of $590, but if we didn't get any offers in 30 to 45 days, that we really seriously had to consider a price drop. And he agreed. And we had a lot of activity on the house. We had a lot of activity, but lowball offers. And most of those offers were under 500. We had one that was 510, 525. Still, that was where they were going to stay. So anyway, long story short, we prepared what else we needed to do in regards to listing the property, setting up an estate sale, and the elder law attorney that I used and I shared with them who they used was the one who closed the deal. And there were a couple things that needed a handyman. I brought those in. Everything was in place, and then she took a turn for the worse and she passed away during all of this organization in regards to downsizing and liquidating. So what we ended up doing is after receiving lowball offers and, promise this, promise that, etc., we finally agreed to lower the price, my suggestion was to down between 550 to 565. We went to 575. He dropped it $15,000. We got a couple more interested buyers, and one came in cash offer at 575. So we took the offer. We ended up selling the property for 575. So I want you to understand that we got 575. Other agents were there and they wanted to list it and sell it for under 500. Keep in mind, I did have one person who was always persistent about visiting with the previous owner who is now deceased about buying that property. But again, that person only wanted to pay just under 500,000. And I had 4 or 5 offers at that price. That worked well for the other agents, but I stood my ground. The brother-in-law recognized and admittedly said after the sale, when he did a testimonial, is that I listened to him to get the most money out of that property, unlike the other agents who were looking for a quick sell. He appreciated that, and we still continue to stay in contact, even though he's up in the Northeast. But the bottom line is that after we had the estate sale, we had it all cleaned out. The elder law attorney was in place. We took care of a few things with the handyman. So I, for the most part, was referred to one of my resources, trusted resources. I took care of that client, that customer. It was all a win-win for everybody. And they were able to pack up prior to the sale and head home knowing that everything was going to be taken care of by me while they were up there. And I kept them contact with them. But I just want to share what we run into, the difference between me, as I'm different, as a certified senior housing professional, working for the senior and active adult. Bottom line is to help family or them through that process of downsizing, liquidating, and selling the home, but most importantly, getting them the most money for their home. And we were able to achieve that working together between myself and the brother-in-law and the sister to accomplish what we wanted to happen. And it happened. So, again, if you have any family, friends, neighbors, aunts, or uncles who are looking to liquidate or downsize their home in the Central Florida area, don't hesitate to call because I'm here to help you liquidate everything, remove a lot of stress from you, get you the most money for that property. Because the bottom line is if that aunt, uncle, family member has to go into assisted memory care or independent, it's not getting any cheaper. It's expensive, and you need all the money that you can get. And I'm here to provide those vehicles for you, your family. So I hope this helps. I enjoy all of the seniors that I help because I know bottom line is they're protected, they're better informed, and they're better educated. In closing, I hope you enjoyed today's Get Your Weekly Slice. If you'd like to discuss further today's topic, you can reach me via email at mike@your, Y-O-U-R, Florida, spelled out, Haven, Haven.com, or call me at 407-340-5291 to set up an appointment. I provide a free 1.5 hour in-person meeting to discuss your future plans on aging while providing you a minimum of 3 options to choose from. Don't forget to follow us and like us on Facebook and Instagram. While on my website at yourfloridahaven.com, sign up for my monthly newsletter, RSV to any of my in-person events, which are held at the Orange County Library, Smarter Senior Seminar Series events, and to view any and all of my videos and podcasts. We hope these podcasts are helpful, and if they are, please share with your friends, family, and neighbors by letting them know what we offer as certified senior housing professionals, designated real estate agents, to our seniors and active adults as they age. We're a connector. It is about keeping seniors in the know. Till next time, when you come back to get your weekly slice.
This podcast episode is sponsored by Hecom Senior Home Financing.